Welcome back to our Food Finds Viewers' Choice Special. We're here at the Cross Street Market at the baked goods section, a major draw of people who shop here, and a perfect place to introduce our next story. We heard from a young man in Albuquerque, New Mexico, who wrote us about his father's bakery. He thought it'd be a great story to tell on Food Finds. Well, after spending a day with his dad, it was very easy to see why.
Okay, folks, here we go.
The fact that Pratt Morales is a baker at all is rather amazing.
I'm an accountant, and that's what I did in the Air Force. I was with the Auditor General, and it wasn't as exciting as it is to bake.
So, for the past 25 years, Pratt has owned a bakery in Albuquerque, the answer to a dream that started a long time ago.
I remember back home, I used to go visit the local baker, and he'd give me a cookie, and I have very fond memories. So when I was trying to decide whether I was going to be an accountant, I finally said, no, I think I want to be a baker, but raise the bakery to a little higher level, perhaps.
Was scrumptious or what?
Pratt makes sure new generations of cookie eaters are treated to the same simple pleasures he knew as a child, but has also succeeded in reaching new heights through his many homemade breads, handmade from the Golden Crown, his bakery, or panadilla, as it's pronounced in Spanish.
I wanted to bring the golden, because the color of my bread is a very golden color. And second, give it a bit of a royalty, because bread, you know, is the staff of life, and it's for everybody.
The small neighborhood bakery has certainly been a way of life for Pratt and his son Chris.
I helped deliver Christopher. And from that moment on, it's been an instant love affair between a father and son.
Who both also share a love for great bread, a passion Chris discovered he could share with the country when he saw an episode of Food Finds.
One day I was sitting at home watching television, and I saw this amazing show where they had actually featuring a small bakery that was in a mechanic shop. And I was like, man, that's a great idea. I mean, they have nothing on us. We could show what we have.
What they had was the result of 3 rules of bread baking set in motion by Pratt a quarter of a century ago.
The first one is nutritious, the second one is delicious, and the third time is beautiful.
We'll start with delicious.
Well, you know how when you go into a restaurant, you ask the waiter, is anything good on the menu? And they always say, everything's good. Yeah. And that isn't always true.
Yeah, I hate that.
But here it's always good.
Like their bizcochitos, the state cookie of New Mexico, it's similar to shortbread, but other than the traditional anise flavor, Pratt also offers cappuccino and chocolate.
It's not too overpowering in the chocolate flavor. That's the sugar on top. I mean, it's just wonderful.
I've never tasted bread like this before.
Really?
This is excellent.
But it's green chili bread that Pratt's customers can't seem to get enough of, for good reason.
Chili is physically addictive. The people down at New Mexico State University have proven that. But of course it's all right because it's got a lot of vitamin C and it's good for you.
Right.
It's a good kind of addiction.
I love it.
Our green chili bread is by far the best bread ever made. It's the most nutritious, tastes the best. My favorite thing to do is just slice it up and put a little butter on it, toast it. Oh, it's amazing.
And here's why. Pratt roasts his own green chilies, shipped in fresh from Hatch, New Mexico.
It's starting to get brown already. Smells good.
When Pratt uses chili in New Mexico, it's like the old days. It's actually hand-roasted green chili, unlike 90% of the large production chili operations who steam their chili, thereby losing all the roasted flavor.
I mean, it's fantastic. I love it.
It's starting to peel already, see that? They're small, but they're hot.
But not too hot for newcomers.
It's got a little tingle of heat to it, but
Just enough chili bite to make it interesting.
And hot enough for natives.
To us, green chili is the most important thing over here in New Mexico.
so I wanted to give that flavor into my bread. But in addition to that, I wanted the chili and all the vegetables that goes into it. You got tomatoes and onions and garlic and cilantro, all these vegetables that is in the dough. Now you have the aroma.
The way Pratt gets all of those vegetables into his chili bread is by liquefying them, which he then combines with everything else.
I got my flour, which I like to use Umbridge flour. It's got your basic sugar, your basic salt, your yeast, and your shortening.
Plus some fresh Parmesan cheese. And that adds up to rule number 2.
This is the nutritious part. Now that's a loaf of bread when I get through with this baby.
Actually, it's enough for 4 loaves that receive a bit more cheese and a topping of parsley and cilantro before a cutout of dough showing a coyote howling at the moon is added, followed by a final egg wash to give it that golden color Pratt's looking for. It's all part of his 3rd and final rule.
Now that's what you call beautiful.
With the leftover chili dough, he's going to expand on cutouts and create a bread sculpture in the shape of a turkey.
First of all, I'm going to do is that I'm going to make the body of the turkey.
Pratt says he loves to sculpt bread.
Okay, now we're going to do the drumsticks.
To him, it's a way to use his skills as a baker and fulfill his passion to be creative.
The thing I'm next going to do is I'm going to do the wings.
And right before your eyes, a turkey begins to appear. A nip here, tuck there, an egg wash for golden color, plus herbs and spices.
Now there's, my folks, is a turkey.
He can make anything out of bread. He makes turkeys. He can make horse-drawn carriage.
Add to that list trombones, hamburgers, chili peppers, and fish.
It's an art form, and that's something I didn't know I had until I got into the bakery business and became working with dough and then come out with what I call give life to my bread.
So here's to following your dreams, from reluctant accountant to king of the bakery.
Thanks for coming over. Our gift from us to you. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy.
Look, this one's shaped like a turkey. Pratt says that all of his breads are edible, but if you want to, you can preserve them for up to 4 years by using a polyurethane finish. But that's only if you can resist eating it first.